It's been 3 years that I've been on YouTube and I wanted to celebrate, and I think it would be really interesting to watch one of my first videos and kind of react to it and see, do I still think the same? Thanks a lot to my patrons and to all of you who support me. If you're considering supporting me, please subscribe, leave comments, leave likes, and share. This does help me a lot, and it keeps me also motivated to keep creating content. So thanks a lot. Yeah, guys, so I selected one of the videos. It was like one of my first videos, and I was talking about how procrastination can help you learn languages. And I just want to watch it and see if I still think the same. So let's get started. So first of all, the thumbnail, I think it's pretty cool. It just says begin and it's like a coffee. And I think it's cool because yeah, sometimes it's just about beginning, sometimes we just think too much. And I think beginning is just the first step and it can take you further. Sometimes it's just like overthinking. So I think it's a good thumbnail, maybe not the best. It didn't get many clicks anyway. But yeah, it's one of the first videos.
Hi guys, hope you're doing good. In this video I would like to talk about procrastinating. So I think we all do it, well at least I do it very often, and what I came up to...
Well, just to get started, the video quality and the sound quality is not the best, but I think it's still, a good introduction. We all procrastinate. I think it's true. And yeah, how can we use it in our favor? Let's see what 3 years ago Laura says about that.
To realize is you could use procrastination to learn a language. So you just have to make a rule. For instance, for a while I was really pushing French and I was like, okay, I can watch stupid content or useless content to have fun, but it has to be in French. So I made this rule for me, and then
that is an interesting idea, and I've been using that. Yeah, so but I use it unconsciously. Like I used to use it. It's not she, it's me. 3 years ago, I used to use it in a conscious way. So I said, okay, I want to laugh. Now I'm doing it in French, and I think it's a good tip because right now whenever I want to just have a laugh, I just watch it in English, and I think it's not as useful as if I would do it in French, for instance, which is a language I want to push right now. So I think it's a good tip. So if you have the rule, okay, I only watch memes in a certain language, I only watch comedy in certain languages, then it just enhances your language learning, and also you don't feel bad when procrastinating. So I think it's a good tip.
Really helped me because I was procrastinating a lot, watching, I don't know, comedians, looking at, I don't know, kind of silly stories, memes and stuff like that. But I was limiting my procrastination for the French language. And you can basically do the same. Of course, if you're starting out, maybe it's a little difficult to find kind of content that that you understand, but if you like at the beginner app.
What I'm noticing is that I'm speaking super slowly, and that does bother me in a way. Maybe I am speaking also slowly right now, but what I'm gonna do and what you can do too to learn languages is to change the speed of the video so that it goes to, yeah, the speed you want or need or feel like. Yeah, I use that a lot with any type of content, really. I'm maybe very impatient, so maybe that's why. But you can use that tool as well.
At beginner level, you can start doing it. And yeah, one good way to do so, for instance, if you're a beginner and you're like, okay, but I don't understand, is to take things you already know. For instance, you can take a series you already know, let's say, I don't know, Simpson, and watch it in the language you're learning. You will maybe understand only 20%, but maybe it will be fun anyway.
Yeah, well, I mostly agree. I think if you're only understanding 20%, it's not that useful, to be honest. Like I would say, anything more than 60 will be more useful and less frustrating. Of course, you can still do it, and it will help with pronunciation or with other, it will help for sure. But I feel that it helps more if it's like you're understanding 60%, thanks to context, you understand 80. So you will have more fun and you are more likely to stick to it, I think.
So it's just an example, but in general, yeah, so you shouldn't stop yourself from procrastinating. You should just do it in a more wise way. Also, for instance, we all use social media for entertainment and for procrastination. And what you could do is like pages, for instance, on Facebook that are related to language learning. So even when you're procrastinating, you might learn something.
That's a good point. Yeah, I do that as well. And I mean, there are pages I subscribed to long ago. And actually, for instance, right now, I'm not actively learning Swedish anymore. Unfortunately, sometimes I'm listening to some podcasts, whatever, but I still see Swedish almost every day because I scroll on Instagram and I have followed some pages in Swedish. So that does help. It keeps you in touch, even if it's like minimal with the languages you were learning or used to learn. So I think it's a good tip. Yeah.
And also what I do sometimes is change the language settings. You can change the language settings on your phone, on your computer, etc. So you will be maybe writing a message to a friend and then you won't see, I don't know, send, but enviar. So it's just a small thing, but your brain will get used to it. And yes, it's a good way to not feel bad about procrastinating. We all do that. But to use it in your favor. So you're kind of learning without realizing. And yeah. So also an alternative you could use is to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to learn the language, or going to do something for this language for 15 minutes, and then I'm allowed to procrastinate. So procrastinating turns into a reward.
Well, that's a good one too. So you're like, okay, yeah, I'm learning French for 20 minutes, and when I'm done, I'm allowed to have a coffee or whatever and have a break. So yeah, that's a good alternative as well. But I think like if you turn your procrastinating time in language learning time, it's really, really clever.
But first you have to do something. So those are some ways I think you can use procrastination in your favor. And I would be very interested to learn about your tips for that, if you maybe have some, I don't know. And if you've tried to apply them, how it was for you. And yeah, that would be great. So it's a short video, but that's all I have to say. Bye.
Yeah, so let's see if anyone left a comment. That's so sad. There's only one comment. I mean, it's not sad, but I normally get more comments now, but you can see that it didn't have that many clips, the whole video. The one comment we have says, amazing tips, procrastination is a barrier, but I agree with you, we can reward ourselves. That's what I call leisure learning. But what I do is I agree with myself to formal study for a certain amount of time, and after this I reward myself with leisure learning. Yeah, cool. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, that's like a good way. Like you combine both. So first you study the things maybe you feel lazy about, and then you reward yourself by watching something that doesn't really feel like learning, but it is learning. It is, I am convinced. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you would like me to react to other videos I did or videos of other creators, maybe. I haven't done that in this channel, but I could start doing it. Why not? And maybe you can go and leave a comment to my older video. I will leave it here below. I think it's unlisted for some reason. Maybe I didn't like it anymore, so I unlisted it. But I think it gives value. It's just that the quality is not that good. Anyway, thanks a lot and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.